Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. I've been working with a big vise down here in the basement by clamping it onto the bench for quite a while. And I just decided that I wanted to make it so that I could bolt it down to the bench. Now it'll still be removable. I can take the bolts loose and pull it off. But I want to have it fastened down securely so that I can use it and not have the clamps, which are kind of awkward and slow to use. You know, it's difficult to get the thing mounted down. So I'm going to bolt it down to the bench. First thing I needed to do is mark out where the holes go. Now where it sits right now, it's kind of close to the grinder. But my intention is to take this little grinder, which is really just a wire wheel and a buffer, and I'm going to fasten it securely down here on the end. I'll be able to easily get to it and use the buffing wheel and use the wire wheel for the small jobs that I use this wire wheel for. Anything big, I'm going to use an angle grinder and go after. But small things, I'll be able to get in here, do the work I need to do, and that'll get it out of the way and let me bring this big grinder down. And I'll fasten the big grinder right here on the corner. I'm going to actually bolt this down. Now I use this mostly to sharpen lathe bits, so it's going to be a quick step from the lathe over to the grinder and then back again. That'll give me enough distance between the grinder and the vise that I can use either one without interfering. And I can always unbolt this from the bench and just set it off to the side. One of the advantages of having a lot of drill bits is you have long drill bits. At least I do. That lets me get in here and drill holes close to the vise without having to try and fight the drill motor down past to get a good clean straight hole. Now this is a brad point bit, very nice for starting holes. Once I got the first hole in, I want to put a bolt in it just to make sure I don't kick something out of position so that the second hole is out of position. Put this down here as a sawdust catcher so that I don't knock a bunch of sawdust down into my drawer. most of the sawdust should come out the top, but you know, why make a mess if you don't have to? I got something in the way down there. Don't know what it could be, but I captured the sawdust quite well. Gonna pull the vise loose. I've got a brace underneath the bench here, and I think I'm hitting the side of it. Well, I'm going to have to do a little bit of relief work down here underneath the bench. I've got to connect inside this thing, and I've got a 2x4 brace right there. It's okay, not a problem. We'll just work our way through that problem too. I've got to go in underneath the bench and cut away a bit of that brace. I think I'm going to probably be using a chisel. That means I got to pull the drawers out, sit it underneath there. Other projects got in the way. Now we're coming back to this one. If you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching. This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union, without the express written permission of the parents or legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.